Anyone who knows me knows that I love Hella and I love big gift sets. The Patrouille de France set from 2003, I think, is one of my favourite sets of all time and is embodied in my mind and soul with nostalgia. But there's a set that I bought a few years ago that I just had to get because it was so unusual, and I'm so excited to finally do the unboxing of it and announce something that I've been meaning to do for a few years but just never got around to doing, which is Austrian August. So without further ado, let's get into it. Hey guys, it's model making time, and it's me, your girl, Ms. Modeler. Every new year, well, hi, I'm Ms. Modeler, and I'm all about being an average model maker and just showing that the hobby is all about doing what pleases you. You only need to work to the best of your ability. It's really daunting when there are so many talented and incredible content creators and modelers out there, but most of the people who do this hobby are just like you and me, just average model makers. And if that sounds like something you would like to see more of, subscribe to the channel to see more of my content, like the video, and well, you know what this video is about. Leave a comment down below. Did you even know this set existed? And obviously, if you want to support me buying things like this, then, well, make sure you become a channel member. You can either do it over on Ko-fi, where you can either do it monthly or as a one-off donation, or here on YouTube by hitting that join button down below for the monthly donation. There's two levels, starter kit and advanced kit level members. Advanced kits get shouted out at the end of each video because they're so cute. And, well, let's go have a look at this kit. So this kit came out in 2005, and from what it says on the box, it was a collaboration with IPMS Austria. It is a 50th anniversary set for 50 years of Austrian Defence, and it came out in 2005. The set features 5 aircraft, well, I guess one representing each decade, and it features an Alouette 3, a Fouga Magister, a Saab J29 Tunnen, a Saab Sophia, and a Northrop F5 Tiger. This is quite a different range of aircraft, and it's nice to see a helicopter included in there as well. And of course, all of them come with Austrian markings. This is a really unusual boxing, but I just had to get when I saw it, and I think I paid somewhere in the realms of £35. I did actually have to order it from the Netherlands though, because it was the only place I'd ever seen it in stock. Because of its age, the set is a mixed bag. It features some kits that are well known to be not great, so things like the F5, but then some kits that are known to be, well, pretty good, like the Saab Sophia, the J29. So there's a mixed bag here. Of course, I've built the Fouga Magister a million times already. You can see multiple videos on my channel building it in French and Belgian display team colours, and even German too, but this will be the first one I do in Austrian colours. Today though, we're going to have a look at all of the kits included in the box, one of which we've actually looked at fairly recently too, the Saab Sophia, where we looked at a newer boxing. So I won't be building the separate boxing as a Austrian one, I'll be saving that for when we do this. This boxing is so cool, and I'm so glad I managed to get one that was fully sealed, so I got the joy of opening it too. The box art is actually pretty nice too. I actually really like it. It's vibrant, it's bright, and it's so clear what it is, even though I'm not even going to try and pronounce it. It's cool that they've got all the aircraft shown. So there's the Alouette, there's the Fouga Magister, the J29, which I didn't realise it's actually hidden into the background, the Saab Sophia, which of course is flying in the centre, and the F5 over on the left. 5 kits included, all in 70-second scale. And I think it's saying it's in collaboration with IPMS Austria. It's a cool boxing. The sides have the same box art on. I just really like it. I think it's really unusual, really fun, and I'd love if Hella brought back this type of boxing and we just saw more of them. Even with the old haulings, I think these are great, and Airfix used to do similar ones with the Royal Air Force. They did a Swedish Air Force one, History of Fighters, History of Flight, like they've done so many, and it would be great to see them. They've got all the stats for the aircraft here on the side as well, as you can see. And then the side is the box art in a horizontal fashion. Now inside the box, you do get all 5 kits individually wrapped, and you don't get any form of instructions or a big booklet. It is just the kits with their own instructions. There are some iconic aircraft missing, such as the Saab Draken and the Saab 105. The Saab 105 I may get around to doing at some point, particularly because there's some amazing solo display schemes and an aerobatic display scheme that Austria had with it. For the Draken, I do have that fabulous Revels boxing with the flag scheme on it, and I will do that as part of this at some point too. This is going to be a project over the next few years. So, Austrian August. This is something I planned a while ago because I've started doing French February. And French February, you know, I now do with a couple of other content creators, and I'm really proud that I sort of made something happen. And I've been planning to do this ever since I saw this boxing, because I figured, well, I was going to do the Austrian Typhoon, but I ended up just doing that anyway. But I can still do a normal Austrian Typhoon. There's the Draken, the Saab 105s I wanted to display team, and then this boxing, it just lends itself perfectly to it. So, starting from next year, I will build Austrian aircraft in August. It's not to say it will be exclusively that. If there's a new boxing, I might do other videos too, and you know, sometimes timelines don't fully match up, but that'll be the goal. Videos in August for Austrian aircraft. And, well, we'll start that today by going through this beautiful unboxing. And the first aircraft we need to look at is the Alouette 3. So, let's go. The Alouette is a kit I've wanted to build for some time, and it looks relatively simple. There's only a couple of sprues, and, well, the detail is alright. Considering the age of this kit looks relatively modern, I would say. It's not one that I think looks really bad, and from hearing people who've built it, it doesn't go together too badly. This, of course, is the main components of the actual aircraft itself, because it's a relatively slim, small little helicopter. The blades are featured here, along with some of the other parts, including the engines as well and the exhausts. There's really not much to this aircraft in that it's mostly glazing and then just the fuselage parts. There's some small fiddly details, but they seem relatively well presented here with minimal flash. It doesn't seem too bad a kit, even if it is a little, I don't know, I haven't built many helicopters, and with so much glazing it is a little bit scary to do, but I'm sure I'll really enjoy it when I actually do build it. And it'll be interesting to see how this compares to other kits on the market, because there's not many of this, despite the fact this is one of the most successful helicopters of all time, and I'm glad I've got to see a couple of them fly. Overall though, the sprues are well presented, and again, this kit doesn't look its age. The clear parts are really nice, completely glass-like, and there's no colour deformation when my nails are under it, just the sort of perspective shift due to the curvature of the glass. These look really good. I'm really happy with how these look. The instructions are older Hella style, but they're not bad. They're not the explodey old sort of 50s, 60s style. These are, well, they're instructions you'd expect to get in a kit from the 80s to the 90s, and I guess that makes sense for a mid-2000s kit as well. There's no colour on the kit's instructions though, it is just black and white, so you may wish to use online resources to make sure that you get the exact colour that you want to get. The decals are, I don't know, they look fine, but older Hella decals are always, in my opinion, a little bit hit and miss, but there's very few of them. Now we've had a look at that, it's time to have a look at the Fuga Magister. As previously mentioned, I've built the Hella boxing of this multiple times, and well, I've also built the Airfix version. So if you go and have a look at the videos I've already done on them, you can see what this build's like, but of course I will be building this in Austrian scheme, hopefully next year. So let's go have a look. The Fuga Magister is a kit I've built so many times that I could probably do this without instructions, and I'm really hyped to build one from a nation that I've never built for Austria. The kit is really simple. The two fuselage halves, and then it's mainly just the tub cockpit, which has quite a few parts, the tail sections, wings, and then undercarriage. It's super simple. It's kind of like standard for a jet trainer, really, to be fairly simple. The wings feature a moderate detail. I don't think any of the 172nd Fuga Magister kits are super detailed, but this one is alright. There are differences between the Hella and the Airfix kits, and neither of them are perfect representations of the finished thing, so be aware of that. If you want to make one in a rivet counter style, being super accurate, you will need to do some modifications, but for building something that looks neat, this will be absolutely fine, and the paint scheme is relatively straightforward. The wingtips are probably the hardest bit to make sure you get them right because you don't want to dent the ends of them. So quite often you may want to hit them in at the end when the model is finished because it's quite easy to snap the little ends off. And the glass, the iconic cockpit shape of the Fluggemeister. Again, this is completely crystal clear. It looks lovely. I'm really quite impressed considering these are 2005, how great these look. The decals, once again, I think look fine, and I'm a little nervous because, again, old Hella, but I'll see how the first ones come out, and then if needs be, I can always buy additional decals, but they look alright. The instructions again are simple, and it's black and white on the back again. Nothing too surprising here, and that's a running theme through all of them. The Saab J29 Tunnen, the flying barrel. Love this aircraft in War Thunder. It was probably the first jet I actually became fairly competent in, and it's just such a beautiful and iconic aircraft. Really excited to build Austrian one because, again, I've never built an Austrian scheme for this. So let's go have a look inside the box. The Saab Tunnen. I've seen the Austrian decals on this so many times, and I've always meant to build one, just never got around to it. The Saab Tunnen has a couple of different variants, and you can build, I think, 2 of them with this, hence the 2 undercarriage sections you can see there, one with sort of the gun ports and one without. The options we're building are, well, it's one of the options because we only have the Austrian decals for this. In other sets you get Swedish and United Nations decals as well. The UN camouflage scheme is probably one of the wildest you'll see on an J29. The wings look really nice on this, and they have that iconic dogtooth shape which is on the later J29s. It wasn't in the original J29. And you get various different things for the underwings. It's worth noting that on an Austrian J29 they wouldn't have had missiles. The tail section is a singular piece that slots into the back, and you can tell this is a relatively old tooling of a J29, and it's nothing new or surprising. Now, I've built this J29 previously when I built my J29 in the Flying Barrels display team scheme, but it will be fun to build one in Austrian variant. It's not the most detailed thing in the world, and you can tell that the surface details, whilst they are there, are not, well, like the absolute best in the world. And I've heard people say it's not super accurate shape-wise, but to me and my uncultured eyes, it looks like a really neat little aircraft when it's built together. Again, the glass cockpit sections look nice, no colour change for the nails when they go underneath, and they look really clear, just like glass. And, well, that's all you can really ask for when you're getting a model of this scale. The decals, I don't really have anything new to add. They look fine yet again. We'll just have to see how they come out, but I hope they come out okay. I really do like the Austrian insignia that will go on the aircraft here, and I just hope the white is solid enough to show through on the silver base. The instructions are very simple for this because it's one of the easiest aircraft to put together in the set, and the decals kind of match that by being one of the simpler schemes too. Here we are, the Saab Sophia. This one's in yellow plastic, as you'll see in a moment, and I actually just did an unboxing of this with a new Hella boxing, so go check that out. I am actually going to build that one in Norwegian markings, I think, so that I can build this one in Austrian markings as part of Austrian August when I do it. Let's go have a look. I've only just done an unboxing for Saab Sophia and feel a bit silly because now I'm unboxing another one. This one comes in yellow plastic, which is actually quite nice because it means if you are brand new to modelling, you could build this and just put the decals on and you don't even need to paint it. I think that's quite cool, and it's similar to how Airfix do, and well, Matchbox did previously, the Red Arrows aircraft too. So I really like that. I think it's really cool. Now, the aircraft itself is incredibly simple. I've actually pretty much built mine at this point, and I can tell you that it goes together like a charm. No one will struggle with this kit. Next to the J29, it's also one of the most simple aircraft in this kit. I would argue potentially the Alouette is one of the hardest. The wings come in 2 different sections, or 3 sections, should I say, left and right, and then the underside. And this is the area of the aircraft which is known to be the worst bit of the kit, because the canopy is slightly too wide, but a little bit of pressure as you're building the model will mean it does like fit on, but it will be a little bit wide at the back. But it's not like the worst or the most super noticeable. You could sand it down if you want to, but otherwise crystal clear, lush. Decals, again, I don't really have anything to add here. I just hope they come out nicely because it'll mean I have a Norwegian and an Austrian version, which would be really cute together on my shelf. And, well, as it goes for the instructions, these are not the best, but they're fine. Like, they're perfectly serviceable. I don't think anyone would struggle. Again, it's such an insanely simple kit. I think it's fine. No colour again, but I mean, what are you going to do? It'll be absolutely fine. I'm sure that everyone can nail this. And the final aircraft is the Northrop F5, and I think this is the Airfix version of the kit, which everyone has eared me away from whenever I've looked at building an F5 for things like the Turkish stars. So I'm not super confident in the kit, but I will build it as it is because I want to build this whole box and do a lovely display for it. So let's go and have a look and see if it's as bad as people say. And then we have the F5, and I've not built this one, and basically anyone I've ever spoken to has said not to build this one, so we'll see what all the fuss is about when I do actually come to build it. It doesn't have the best surface details, and I'm a little bit nervous of it. It looks fine, like it'll go together, and I've not heard people say that it doesn't go together well, but more that it just isn't a very accurate representation. The parts are still relatively clean, but you can see some flash on the actual on the sprue itself, but the parts don't look too bad. But I would say this kit does look the worst out of all of them. Even in the style of sprue, it does look more dated, or I don't know, I'm just not looking forward to this one as much, especially when I built the ASCII kit previously. It does look like there will be enough room to put the weight in the front though, so that's always good, because that's always a worry with modern jets, is getting a tail sitter. And it does come with a lot of ordnance as well for you to put on under the wings, which will be nice, even though I don't know if I'm really going to put much in there. Not fully decided how mine will look camo scheme wise. I think they mostly stayed the same, but I think there was some difference from the original ones they got up until later, where I think they had the more dual tone rather than a single tone. But I'll need to look into that a bit more before I build this one, but this will probably be one of the last ones I do. Or maybe I'll just do it first and see if it really is that bad. I don't know, let me know in the comments down below. The cockpit sections on this had broken off from the glass before I'd even got to them, and somehow these don't look as nice. They still look relatively clear, but there was a slight yellowish tinge to them, so they don't look quite as good, but they don't look bad. I don't know what it is, because I assume these were built like made in the same factory because the Hella Humbrol period, but whatever. And the decals on this, again, they look all right. We'll just have to see if they survive coming off, because these are 20 years old now, and again, Hella at this time was not necessarily the best for decals in the world, but then neither was Airfix back then either. Again, because same company, Hella Humbrol. So yeah, we'll see how they turn out, but there's definitely more on here than they are on most of them, so it should hopefully compensate for the lack of detail on the actual model itself. Instructions, the worst instructions out of all of them, I would say. It's full steps. I don't like it. I wish it would have broken down a little bit more. And the scheme on the back is that two-tone grey and dark oak grey. This will be nice to do. Be nice to test it with the airbrush as well, especially because I've seen like Gallery release some military colours, so hopefully I can just do it with some of their colours. We'll have to see, but yeah, we'll see what this looks like. Well, what do you think? I think this kit was fairly good value for money, actually. If I look at the Saab Zafir, I recently paid a tenner for that. The Fugger Magister, you normally pay anywhere from 8 to 10 for that. So that's already £20. If you get the Tunnen, that's again, I'd say a tenner. So you're already at £30, and I paid about 35-ish, ignoring postage, because they would have been included with others if I hadn't got them from a locals there. So I think it's relatively good value for money. Now, I have actually built a couple of these kits. So I built the Tunnen in the past, I've built the Fugger Magister multiple times. and I'm building the Sophia at the moment, so I'm fairly confident actually this would be a good experience kit. The Alouette, I know people who've built it and said it's fine, it's definitely an older kit, but it's fine, it's inoffensive. And for the F5, people basically just say it's not accurate, but I don't hear a lot of criticism about building it, so I'm sure that's fine too. So it seems like actually a relatively competent boxing. It's sad that there's no like additional material included, like some fun stickers or a patch or something like that. That would have really elevated it for me. Like in the Patrouille de France set, you got a booklet that explained everything, but I think the Patrouille de France one was much wider availability compared to the Austrian set, which, based on the fact that the entire boxing is in German, and is a collaboration with IPMS Austria, I'm assuming it was a localized release, which is something Hella have done a few times. They've done Finnish releases multiple times. In fact, I unboxed, I think it was for my Red Devils build, I did a Fuga Magister boxing that was originally a Finnish boxing. That was really cool. And they've also done German boxings as well, because I did that for the Fuga Magister built in German scheme. So it's not unusual for old Hella kits. So I'm assuming this is a fairly localized kit, but I couldn't find loads about it. So let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for joining me on this fairly unusual video. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, hit that subscribe button down below to be kept up to date with my latest and greatest videos. Like the video, leave the comment I mentioned earlier, and if you want to support the channel more, you can do so by becoming a channel member. You can do it on a Ko-fi, where you can do it as a one-off payment donation, or you can do it on the monthly subscription method, or you can do the monthly method on YouTube here itself as a channel member. Both of them are starter kit and advanced kit level members. The difference is advanced kits get shouted out at the end of each video because they're so cute, and you'll see their names in a moment. Oh, and join the Discord too. The link's in the description, and it's a great place to hang out with other modelers. And with that, I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys! Thank you so much to all of my channel members. You help make videos like this possible. A special shout out goes to my advanced kit level members, including Maisie Howard, Trumpet, Taggers365, Star Trek Props and Models, Bobby G, Dafty Duck, Bob and Genevieve Outbridge, David Barber, Jeff's Dioramas, and the two longest supporters at this level, Crazy Locha and Explosive Water. Again, thank you to all of you. You really have helped make this video possible. And, well, if you've enjoyed what you've seen here today, make sure to subscribe to the channel to be kept up to date with the latest and greatest videos, and also my live streams too. Okay, love ya, bye!